Here we go. It is June 17th. It is time for 21 Next, and we want to get to a 2-year anniversary. Time really goes fast, but for some people, it's been definitely far too slow to try to get over a big loss in the community. Juniata County Trooper Jacques Rougeau shot and killed 2 years ago. And Grace Ruffalo, we were there, actually. You were an intern. You were shadowing me that day, and we went out to that community and saw the heartbreak, saw what they were going through right after it happened. And now it's been 2 years. You went back to that community. To start with, what you saw when you went out there today.
Yeah, so there was a permanent memorial that's been installed right where Trooper Rougeau was unfortunately killed, but it has the Keystone State on it. It has flags. It has flowers. You can tell that it's very well taken care of. So it just shows how much of an impact this tragedy had on a small community like the one we see in Mifflintown.
And it's literally on the property of the place we were that day, where Rougeau was shot and killed by the man who was eventually shot and killed not too far after that, just down the street from there. I know you had a chance to talk to the daughter of the man who saw this all happen, and we were on his property that day, and that's where the memorial is now. Angie Kiefer, how's she doing?
Yes, she was definitely very emotional when we spoke to her today. You can see that this is still very raw for her, and she's still trying to process what happened that day. She said she still remembers it vividly, and that every now and again she'll get triggered by a helicopter going overhead, or she'll hear cars screeching nearby. And so it's definitely very real for her, and it's still very raw, even 2 years after the fact.
Yeah, you're seeing some of the people here. That's actually Dave Gray. That was the man's property we were on. A lot of people were there at the dedication to the highway that they gave to him. Give me a feel now for something else that they've tried to make positive come out of this.
Yeah, so Angie was telling me today that they've actually created a nonprofit because of what happened. It is the Supporting Our Heroes of Central Pennsylvania, and it's all geared towards helping first responders in our area, just giving them support when they fall on hard times. So that could be through fundraisers or providing them a meal. It's just a way to help them feel supported and help them feel seen by the community.
We know it's a small community. It touched everybody. It seemed like everybody either knew the victim or even the shooter. Remember, we were talking to people that day, and everybody knew everybody in this scenario. So I guess give me a final word on how you feel they're doing 2 years later.
I think shocked is still a good word to use. We heard that word today when we spoke to the mayor, who even came to visit the memorial herself. She said, we still are feeling the effects of this. This is still such a shock to this community.
Yeah. All right. We look forward to seeing your report on this. Appreciate your efforts on this one. Looking forward to it. All right. Grace Ruffalo in Juniata County. Looking at some weather there tonight as well. We'll talk to Tom Russell about that in just a bit. TJ Anthony had an interesting story talking to a cyclist who was hit by a vehicle. It's just a tough intersection, and you know that they've been trying to do better when it comes to these situations and leave more room for cyclists. But trying to recover now. This person just got hit and now is about to go through some jaw surgery. So was able to share the story with TJ before that happens. So a long road to recovery, and they're trying to make that area better for cyclists and everybody else. But it's a tough scenario. You're seeing some of the x-rays here and the damage that was done to the jaw for this person. But I implore you to look at that story that TJ has on CBS 21 to get more details here. But wanted to give you a feel for that story, something else happening. Okay, let's get to our next story. That is weather-based as well. So 100 Girl Scouts rescued from a flood. Let's get to it right here. Where is this? Let's see how to put the rope out here. A flooded stream walking right across here. I'm trying to see what area this was. Maybe Isaac, who's monitoring our chat, can tell us where exactly this was. I didn't get the location on this one, but we are watching the girls come across, safely going through. So North Park is this area that got flooded out. So the weather is something that we're looking at here. You see the water just rushing here. So North Park is just outside of Pittsburgh. Thanks a lot, Isaac. And the thing is, there's not a lot of water there, but when it's rushing and it could wipe out the next area, they're just as safe as possible. And what great training. Look at all this stuff they had there. All of the helmets and the preservers. And so good work for them. They're laughing. They're probably happy to save them. Hopefully they get some cookies in their future. You know, you'd think that they would come back and repay them. Look at all of those Girl Scouts. Good to see a good outcome here, but obviously the weather impacting that. We'll talk to Tom in just a second. Well, let's just get to him now. Tom, with this weather here, this is the kind of stuff that we're concerned about because of the setup of the last few days and then kind of what we're seeing tonight. Take us through this a little bit more.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You saturate the ground, and then it doesn't take much to cause these kind of issues. The video that you've been showing here from the Pittsburgh area, that was kind of played out of what happened in Wheeling, West Virginia, where they had all the same flooding. So that same system has been sliding to the east, and it's just been dumping tons of rain on rain, and that's what you get. You get those flood scenarios. So that's been the concern in our western counties this evening. We're already saturated. We have 4 days of not seeing the sun. We haven't had a chance to dry out. So that's why the National Weather Service included all of our western counties in a flood watch. It's officially till 10 o'clock tonight, but we have to watch out for some flooding. So through the evening, we've had some fairly heavy rainfall, to the tune of a half inch, 3/4 of an inch. And that just adds to this flood scenario. So all those places that are, prone to flooding are already saturated. And then you add, a half inch or more of rain on that. So the flood watch still a concern overnight. But the good news, Jill D, is we're going to start to dry things out tomorrow. So we do see some improvement. It's going to take a little while. I think we're still cloudy, some showers early. But by the afternoon, sunshine, Jill D, sunshine into the 80s. And this has just been a very unusual 4-day stretch here in central PA where we can't shake the clouds. It's the middle of June, for heaven's sake. Very hot on Thursday. I know you're going to be out of Jubilee Day. So hot and humid, a couple of late day storms there. And then ironically, summer officially arrives Friday night. And then that sets the stage for a big time heat next week. We're talking about mid 90s. It'll feel like triple digits next week.
Isaac, can we get to the Hershey Park story now? Maybe put that in there. Talk to Tom about that. I think something we were going to talk about is, are you a fan of the Hershey After Dark, the Halloween situation that they'd like to have there, Hershey Park Halloween?
Yeah, the last couple of years, they have really ramped up the game here. I mean, you see the video here. It's every bit of that. It's much scarier. It's not, your typical little haunted house stuff.
They have little areas for the kids where it's safe, and they label.
True.
This next area is going to be pretty intense. And it's weird to talk about this. I know we're starting, summer literally, but they're announcing this 25 days coming up in the fall. It will be the new stuff, the haunted houses, right? You get that. All new Kill and Fill Garage haunted house. The Kill and Fill.
Garage.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's FILL, not Phil, like Phil's some scary dude in there. We got 4 scare zones. The new Path of Shadows Coven's Curse scare zone.
Wow.
50 attractions, dark coaster rides. Those are always fun. And then the Hershey Trick and Treat Trail, which is a tradition. If you have kids, it's fun to go through there. Yeah. Steal their candy from your own kids, not others. It's pretty much what you have to do there.
It looks very serious, and they just keep up in their game. It seems year after year.
They just started this a few years ago. I mean, what, 5 years ago, something like that?
At most, it's fairly new. You're right.
Must be working for them because they keep up in the ante every time. They have that one guy who's got the metal on his knees.
He slides, right?
And he slides, and it sets sparks off. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is, you don't even know, and then you're like, all of a sudden, it sparks up like right next to you.
Yeah.
I tried to jump scare Jasmine during the newscast on this, and the problem was, she says, you cannot do that to me because I'll curse. Like if I get surprised,
that's true.
My first thing I'll do is yell out something you don't want me to yell out on TV. So
she would do that. That's true.
She would. Yeah. We're going to talk about Jasmine in the next few days, I'm sure, getting more into her future endeavors in case you guys want to know. All right, folks, thanks for watching the 21 Next. Tom, thanks for filling us in on that stuff. And we're looking to see you at the Kill and Fill Garage in a few months. Everybody, we got every season there for you. A lot of stuff on 21 Next. Thanks for watching.